Well, I'm looking at my ICOM 707 transceiver, and I'm on 20 meters, 14.240 megahertz on upper sideband, and we got some pretty good QSO going on there. Some pretty loud sounding stations. Let's listen in a little bit.
Juliet Alpha. Yeah, if you hung around the other night, I think, or been here the other night, I was up here, but I don't think you showed up, and I talked to a couple of guys, and one of the VK guys that I talked to quite often, VK 3QD, popped by to say hello, so we could have maybe chatted with him, and who else?
CQ on 20 meters. This is X-ray Echo 1 stroke N4 LBW. X-ray Echo 1 stroke N4 LBW in Chapala, Mexico. Calling CQ. Does anyone copy? X-ray Echo 1 stroke November 4 Lima Bravo Whiskey. X-ray Echo 1 stroke N4 LBW. 100 watt barefoot station. Looking for a contact. Does anyone out there have a copy? This is X-ray Echo 1 stroke N4 LBW. Call anybody.
Whiskey Bravo 6, Mike Echo Uniform.
Okay, I think Whiskey Bravo 6, Mike Echo Uniform. Whiskey Bravo 6, Mike Echo Uniform. This is X-ray Echo 1 stroke N4 LBW. The name is Gary, Golf Alpha Romeo Yankee, Gary, and the QTH is Chapala, Mexico. Chapala, Mexico. So, got a good copy on you. You're a good 5. I'll give you the signal report the next time, but it's close to a 5.9. Back to you, Whiskey Bravo 6, Mike Echo Uniform. This is X-ray Echo 1 stroke N4 LBW, over.
Okay, very good, Gary. XE1 stroke N4 LBW, Whiskey Bravo 6, Mike Echo Uniform here. You have a good signal this afternoon into Southern California, about 5 and 6, 5 and 7, and we're hearing you on a vertical antenna, so keep that in mind. Anyway, the handle here is Hank Henry Alpha November Kilowatt, and the QTH is Seal Beach. Seal Beach, California. We're about 30 miles or so kind of southeast of downtown Los Angeles. Anyway, I just heard you calling, so I thought I'd give you a shout. Back to you there, Gary. XE1 M4 LBW. WB6MEU listening.
Fine business there, Hank. Whiskey Bravo 6, Mike Echo Uniform. This is X-ray Echo 1 stroke N4 LBW, and a solid copy on you, Hank. You're a good 5.8 to 5.9, so you're doing an excellent job. That vertical antenna and so on. Well, what I'm running here is just a wire loop antenna, which is just barely off the ground, about 20 feet off the ground, and I'm feeding it with ladder line. Feeding it through a MFJ Deluxe Burster Tuner 2, and I'm just running 100 watts, running an ICOM 707, 100 watts. So we're right on the north shore of Lake Chapala, which is the biggest lake freshwater lake in Mexico. We're in central Mexico. We're they say about an 8-hour drive, a little bit northwest of Mexico City. So that's the story here, Hank. Whiskey Bravo 6, Mike Echo Uniform. This is X-ray Echo 1 stroke N4 LBW, over.
Okay, very good. Is the stroke M as in Mary or N as in Nancy, over?
Stroke November. November 4, Lima Bravo Whiskey. Over.
Okay, very good. Alrighty, no wonder I couldn't find you. Okay, real good. Signals are up and down a bit, but solid copy there. And, well, very good on your location. I'm guessing you maybe are on vacation or something at the lake. But the rig's doing good, and especially for the wire antenna that's only 20 feet off the ground. Yeah, it's doing a fine job. We're running the Elecraft K3 here and the 500-watt solid-state amp. So we're doing about 500 watts into a gap vertical antenna. So it's the gap Titan DX, which is essentially a vertical dipole. And this seems to work pretty well here. We're about half a mile from the ocean, and especially for signals going south, that works out pretty well. And let's see, otherwise, weather today's been kind of overcast. A little bit of rain later this afternoon, not very much. They said we're going to hopefully get some rain over the next few days, but we'll see what happens. El Nino never really did anything here, so whatever rain we can get, we'll certainly take. Anyway, that's the rig and stuff here. And I work in the broadcast industry. I have a company that makes equipment for commercial radio stations. So that's what I do. Actually, what I do for a job is sort of the same thing as what I do for a hobby. So that's a pretty good deal. Back to you, Gary. Tell me if you're on vacation or what the lake is like. XE1, stroke Nancy 4, LBW, WB6MEU listening.
Okay, solid armchair copy again, Hank. Your knowledge in broadcasting is paying off here in ham radio because you know how to put a signal on the air, that's for sure. That gap Titan, I believe you said, is an excellent antenna, and being close to the ocean there, that helps you also. Well, you're doing a real good job, Hank. And I retired from North Carolina, and we came down here and bought a house, and we're spending most of the time down here now. Still have a home in Marion, North Carolina, and we're planning on going back up there probably around the 1st of July, spend a little time in North Carolina, and then we come back here, and as time goes on, we'll probably be spending more and more of our time here because the weather is much nicer here. And we're at an elevation of 5,200 feet here, and right on the north shore of Lake Chapala, and that creates a microclimate where it's very nice the year round. It never gets extremely hot or extremely cold, so it's a very good climate, and a lot of expats, a lot of retirees here, and it's really a good place to settle. So we're enjoying it, and thank you so much for the contact. Your 500 watt radio and the Titan and vertical antenna is doing it. Gap antenna is doing an excellent job. Man, I tell you what, I'm impressed. I might consider getting me one of those. I think that'd do good down here since we're about just a few blocks from the lake. And the lake is a large lake. It's about 70 miles long, I think, and about 7 miles across. So it's a pretty good sized body of water, and that ought to help give me a ground plane, being not too far from it. So thanks so much, Hank. And man, I wish I could have done what you did. I would have loved to have my hobby and do the work too. I always have been fascinated by radio, but never got into it professionally. But I always thought I would really enjoy that. So with that, I won't hold you up. Thanks so much. Hope you have a real good night. Best 73s, and I have enjoyed the contact. You take care, Hank. Whiskey Bravo 6, Mike Echo U. This is November 4, Lima Bravo Whiskey. X-Ray Echo 1, November 4, Lima Bravo Whiskey. And I'll be clear. 73s, Hank.
Okay, 73s, Gary. Very nice to chat with you. And yeah, the gap antenna has always worked pretty well for me. It's real simple, and you just put it up on a pole and away you go. You don't need any radials or ground plane or anything, so it doesn't take up too much real estate. So anyway, okay, I'll let you go, 73s. Thanks for coming back, and have a good rest of your week down by the lake there. XC1, stroke N4LBW, WB6MEU will be clear, 73.
Okay, I really enjoyed that contact. Well, that shows what you can do with just a simple radio and a piece of wire as an antenna, and you don't need a whole lot. And he was way up near in Southern California, so probably close to 1,000 miles from me, and that's pretty amazing just to talk through the ether like that. You could take this radio and hook it up to a car battery, if that's all you had, and talk just about anywhere in the world with it. So if the grid went down, the phone system went down, the internet went down, as long as I got some power and I could power it with a car battery, I could do what I did just there. So I love ham radio. Thanks for watching.